What is going on, guys? It is Chaos Alex here, and welcome to another episode of the Deadliest weapons on the channel. In today's video, we are not doing the brand new PM63. I've not unlocked that yet, sadly, in Black Ops Cold War. So instead, we're doing the guns which I talked about at the end of the last episode, which is the 74U, which is kind of ironic, isn't it? How the 74U in Cold War is the MLG gun of choice if you go back over 10 years at this point. If you didn't feel old yet, Black Ops 1 is over 10 years old. If you go back and watch like really old GBs, the 74U in that game is the sweaty SMG of choice. So definitely it is fun to compare these two guns. So once again, I would like to say that the gameplay on Black Ops 1 is sadly against bots. I just can't find a game, despite it saying that there's like 100 games out there and 59,000 people on at the moment to play with, and 2,000 on TDM alone. I just can't find any game. So I don't know where those 59,000 people are, but I can't find them. And also, can we just talk for a minute about how bad theatre mode is in Black Ops Cold War? Like, the game still doesn't give you hit markers in theatre, which at this point I'm thinking they're just not going to come. Like, at first I thought it was a glitch, that yeah, they'll be coming at some point, but the game's now been out 6 months and we still haven't got hit markers. I doubt they're ever going to come. And the game just, like, the theatre is so bad to it, just randomly black screens you. It'll randomly, like, do this thing where, like, everything's black. Like, everything just has this black filter on it, like someone's turned the brightness all the way down and then put the shadows all the way up. It's just horrible. It's a terrible theatre mode, and I just don't understand how theatre mode is not just a standard feature in CoD anymore. Like, well, anymore, it never has been. For some reason, Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer refuse to introduce it, and Treyarch just keeps making it worse. They keep taking features out of it in Black Ops 4, and then now they've decided to take hit markers out of it in Cold War, so gameplay kind of is unwatchable from theatre. So yeah, sadly, the gameplay from Cold War is from theatre mode. So yeah, you know, you're gonna have to bear with it that there is no hit markers for some weird reason. But let's get straight into it here with the weapon comparison. Stand off, as we always do, with the damage. So this category is a little bit interesting. So the Cold War AK will deal 34 to 27 damage. The Black Ops 1 AK74U will deal 35 to 20. So what this means is, up close, the 74U in Black Ops 1 does more damage, does 35, Cold War 1 does 34. However, then at range, the Cold War 1 does more damage, it does 27, whereas the Black Ops 1 does 20. So what I'm going to do is, seeing as at close range the Black Ops 1 would win, and at longer range the Cold War 1 will win, obviously both guns are going to get a point, start things off 1-1. Alright, so next up we're going to talk about ADS speed. This is a category where there's a clear winner. The Cold War AK74U will ADS at 300 milliseconds compared to the Black Ops 1 AK74U of 200 milliseconds, so a whole 100 milliseconds faster. Once again, you're probably not going to notice that too much unless you sat down and looked at them side by side in game. You know, it's milliseconds. However, it is 100 and it is going to win. So Black Ops 1 here is going to take it, and it's now going to take the lead 2-1. Alright, so next up we're going to talk about recoil. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Black Ops 1 AK74U and then the Black Ops Cold War AK74U, just spraying at this mannequin. I have no idea why Cold War mannequins apparently do not get gunshots in them. They must just be made out of something that cannot be damaged by bullets. But whatever, I'm going to play them both firing and then I'll let you judge it. Alright, so after looking at that, personally, I feel that the 74U from Black Ops 1 has a lot less recoil. It really doesn't move that much off the mannequin at all, apart from that like third magazine seems to really kick. But apart from that, it stays dead straight in the centre of the mannequin's chest, or dummy, whatever you want to call him. So yeah, when it comes to recoil, I'm going to have to give it to the Black Ops 1 AK74U here, and it is going to take it now 3-1. I should probably mention, when it came to recoil and ADS time, once again, completely naked, no attachments on either weapon. Alright, so next up we're going to talk about rate of fire. This was obviously a big one, especially with the original 74U. Rapid fire on the original 74U was a godsend. However, Once again, completely naked and completely naked, the Black Ops 1 74U will fire at 750 rounds per minute. It's always been kind of a slower firing SMG, maybe not as slow as, like, for example, like the 3-shot SMGs we've seen in CoD history, like the Grease Gun, for example. But yeah, it's not like a Scorpion or a Vesper. It's kind of like a Razorback style weapon. It's kind of like the precursor to those high damage, low recoil, low fire rate SMGs. The 750 for the Black Ops 1 and the Cold War AK74U will fire at only 700 RPM, so 50 rounds per minute less. And you can actually feel that in game. It's not like the ADS speed where you can't really tell. You will notice 50 rounds per minute difference. So yeah, when it comes to this, the Black Ops 1 AK74U is going to take it here. Alright, and the final category is the most important category, obviously. That is time to kill. Once again, when you're working out time to kill for Black Ops Cold War, you have to take into account the 150 health that game for some weird reason has. I don't know why that's coming a Treyarch thing. I'm praying to God they don't bring that bring that back in the next Call of Duty that they make. If they do make another Call of Duty, unless they just keep adding to Warzone at this point, it wouldn't surprise me, but that's another video. So when it comes to time to kill of the Cold War AK74U, taking into account that 150 health, it's going to come to a time to kill of 258 milliseconds. That number's coming from Drifter, so if it's wrong, go and attack him, don't attack me. And that is going to be in comparison to the Black Ops 1 AK74U of 160 milliseconds. Now that's up close, so that's not at range, and that's not with headshots. Both weapons would obviously have a faster time to kill if you got some headshots. So that's just up close, shooting at the body. And when you do that, the Black Ops 1 AK74U will take it here, and will take a very strong lead of 5-1. And that is it, 5-1 to the original AK74U. So kind of a blowout. The Cold War AK74U didn't take a single category. It only got a point from the damage because we had a draw in that area. So yeah, the 74U from Black Ops 1, it remains on top. It is the king of the 74Us so far. We might talk about the Modern Warfare Remastered or CoD 4 one in a future episode. But yeah, I just prefer the 74U in Black Ops 1, to be fair. Even I think it's definitely a much more unique version of the 74U. It has very different iron sights to the one in Cold War and in Black Ops 3. The ones in Black Ops 3 and in Cold War, to me, seem to be a lot more like the Modern Warfare not remastered, the CoD 4 74U, especially when it comes to the iron sights. They just look like they're copied and pasted over. Whereas the Black Ops 1 seems to be a lot more unique and a lot more different. And that's kind of the same with a lot of Black Ops 1 guns, like the AK47, the Big Brother. That's a lot more different than the Modern Warfare one. But then the Cold War AK47 is very similar to the Modern Warfare one. So it's a bit weird. When I say Modern Warfare, I'm talking about CoD 4. I'm not talking about that disgrace that came out last year. So yeah, 5-1 to the original AK74U from Black Ops 1. Yeah, that's been another episode of Deadliest Weapons. I'm praying to God that next week we will have the AMP, I believe it's called, and we can compare that against the PM63. And also, I just want to find a game. I just want to find a game online. There's 59,000 people in Black Ops 1. Please let me find a game. I'm going to try after this and find a game of Kino, because we can't find a public game of Kino the Toten on Black Ops 1. And what has the world come to? Yeah, that's been the video, guys. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.